We have ReBoot Gaming represented by color red up top. Did they choose red twice in a row, or was that just chance? Not really sure.
Coin toss, coin toss, coin toss.
Coin toss. Down bot, we have yellow buff represented by color blue. Pings galore all over the place from ReBoot right now. Last two matches between these teams have been very straight up. No CJs. No actually level 1 team fights. But look at this. If yellow buff aggresses into this river bush, we could see... Oh, there's the warrior placement from Dumo. Very nice gamer sense at that point. Look at the vision from ReBoot now. Positioning themselves at every entrance to their jungle. They want to be on top of it. They want to know exactly where and when their opponents may be going for a level 1 invade. Here we go. Ward placement going to pick this up. Such professional vision from ReBoot right now. They know exactly what's going on. Look at them mobilizing in real time. They're probably going to respond to this blue steal by taking a blue steal of their own. What do you think?
Starting red, I think they're going to start red, or maybe I think they're better off starting red and not risk anything, because they probably think that it is going to be warded. I mean, the blue is warded for yellow buff, so they're going to have to go for a rest start. It's going to be a little bit more painful for Patootie. Although, look at him strolling down into the enemy jungle. Nope, he's not going to do it.
Wow, so it does appear that ReBoot looks to be submitting their blue to yellow buff. Probably going to see ReBoot Patootie respond with some CG of his own after the minion spawns. Very hard leash here on Wolves. Going to be costing them some EXP for these 4 champs, or these 3 champs rather. And here we go. Rise going to have that. Probably, what did he take first? He took Rune Prison first. So just going to have an auto attack leash here. Nothing too spectacular. Very standard so far. I think we're going to have a pretty even match going into this. For Game 3 of our finals, guys. Oh, so excited. Here we go. Uranium versus Alex Pie. Victor versus Rise. This is going to be something we have to keep our eyes on. Certainly. Of course, Nomadic probably playing his best champion. Just in my opinion. Statistically, it would be Graves, technically. But, I mean, you know he's playing serious when he pulls out this Corki pick right now.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Ooh, taking that mystic shot.
Nomadic, teach me how to Corki. So Ezreal is also not bad as well. He's been playing a lot of Ezreal lately as well.
Taking a look up top, Camera on Kale versus Jax. This is kind of a scary lane before level 6. I gotta give my favor to Jax. He's just such an amazing duelist. However, once Kale unlocks her intervention, she can pretty much trade with him just fine. What's your opinion on that matchup?
I think that Camera might actually take this. Camera's definitely, it looks like he's doing this, he's taking up to a whole new level right now. He's being a lot more aggressive. He's denying farm when it's needed. He's taking advantage of the fact that he has a little bit of range on Jackson level 2. He's just going to keep up the harassment until level 3.
Interesting. I do want to see Camera pull something out of his hat because he just hasn't been playing that strong so far. Kale, one of his best champions as well. Definitely going to have to keep it straight-laced up top, landing against the Rise. Nothing too unusual going on here. I do want to keep a close eye on the mid lane, as it does appear to be... I mean, that's what, if I were in Patootie's shoes, I would be wanting to babysit this Victor right now. They can't afford to take any chances. They can't lose mid lane at this point. And it really does depend on the junglers. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a battle of junglers. Patootie is going to be a little bit behind because he is lacking blue. Both of these junglers are blue dependent.
Look at how far pushed in this bot lane is for ReBoot. Is Corki going to hand off some last hits to this tower? Yes, losing multiple CS to this tower. Strong play there from Yellow Buff and no response from Patootie. Wow, is Nomadic going to be behind on farm again on perhaps his best champion? It's hard to believe, but it appears to be the case. Take a look here. Follow me on Twitter. Now picking up that Amumu jungle, looking to land a bandage toss on Victor. This could spell disaster. Combined with a rune prison. There it goes. The bandage toss lands. The death ray misses, forcing that flash. He's going to be just fine. Patootie's going to have to respond to that in a big way. He can't afford to allow this lane to fall to Rise. And I think he's going to have this one under control. I think he's just waiting out for his level 4. He wants his gank attempt at the mid to be as strong as possible. Mumu going to hand off an early blue to Rise, and he needs it, man. He's been harassing a fair amount, using his overload to farm. Pretty low on mana, but that blue is going to, bring him right back into that.
Huge difference. I mean, he can just spam right now. He doesn't have his tier, though, so the spam isn't really a long-term investment. But still, though, I mean, Iranian's going to have some trouble dealing with a Rise with blue, to say the least.
Yeah, absolutely. This game is definitely on edge. I can feel the tension, but look at this. Possibly ReBoot off their game, shaken by that loss, because They've always managed to stay ahead on farm. They're such amazing laners, but in this match, no kills out yet, and yellow buff ahead on last hits right now. No doubt due to the fact that Slushy down here with this harass lane, hold that thought, we might see Dredgeline come out of the bush here on Rise, although he's playing very conservatively. Patootie knowing that he can't waste too much time waiting for this gank. But look, possibly Irradium pinging for a round 2. Will it work out in his favor? He does have the blue buff, not concerned about mana at this point, but he is low, and he just got sight of that Nautilus attempt, man. That was a bit of a hesitation on Patootie's part, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Giving up that vision.
I think he should have went. No, maybe not. I really don't know right now. At this point, though, look at the situation. ReBoot Gaming is back on top on farm. Again, the difference is about 100 goals, so we can't really you keep our eyes on 7.2 and versus 6.9, and you're kind of freaking out every time it goes up. But definitely looks like they're making up their farm for sure. That trip back for Slushy, getting into those 2 Dorans is going to make sure they solidify their lane. Pneumatic is going to have to push this and make it back, trip back himself to make sure that he stays on top, or else every time they trade, they're going to lose out because of the 2 Dorans on Slushy.
I do want to point out that ReBoot has pulled it together and caught up on farm. Let's take a look at the ADs. Corkin with 42 versus Ezreal's 40. So yeah, he was significantly behind on CS there, but somehow possibly a little bit too much roaming from Ezreal. He did fall behind there on CS. And Corky's gonna go back. What's he gonna pick up there? 2 Dorans to pick up that extra. He just likes to go with those 2 Dorans for last hitting ease. I think this is. Oh man, it's dead even. Look at this right now, so even. It's gonna come down to this first blood. Could it be in the mid lane? A fair amount of exchange. Still no blue buff for Victor, as theirs did get stolen, and Nautilus needed his. Actually, he hasn't gotten his yet. It's not up. Should be up very soon, shouldn't it? The blue buff for ReBoot.
No, actually, what happened was the Amumu left both smalls up.
Oh.
So they just barely cleared it, so it's going to be a while before both blues actually come up.
Oh, man. That's actually a big, big setback, as Iranium is against the ropes now with this blue buffed Rise, and Patootie not able to make anything happen. I want to keep a close eye on his farm. 56 for Victor versus Rise is 54, so they're doing just fine. The first blood, man, it's so tense right now. Here we go. Patootie's going to get spotted by this ward. The reaction time from Alex Pie, he's playing the mind game right now, totally aware of the position. Patootie might get picked off in a 2v2, forcing the flash over the wall. Whoa, nice reflexes there from him. Could have easily got tossed there, or perhaps even a rune prison. Man, there's the blue buff. It just spawned for ReBoot. Possibly Nautilus going to hand this off to Iranium. It would not be an unwise choice. Is Amumu exposed? No, he's not. Interesting that he's not standing in the bush. Here we go. Missing that bandage toss. Max distance. Not going to make anything happen in the mid lane. What's Nautilus going to do with this blue? He needs to use it as soon as possible.
Does he even have a timer on it right now? I think he does.
He must know it's up. But look at this. A confrontation between junglers. Amumu did not catch sight of Nautilus in that bush.
Look at this counter.
They might be going for round 2 on the blue steel. This is going to be a 3v2 from the looks of things. 4. Oh, yellow buff is going to be forced to pull back here. Got to be careful they don't get dredge-lined.
Oh, man. Engage. Watch this. Kale's coming down as well. Oh, my goodness.
Patootie's flash is on cooldown. A bit of a team fight here at level 6. Oh, there's the Ezel hitting 3 players so low. Janna, that initiate from Amumu. The ultimate goes down from Kale on Nautilus. We're focusing Nautilus, almost able to pick him off.
Oh, Jack's interception.
ReBoot is so low on HP. Oh, nice flash over the wall. Jax would have easily closed the kill. First blood given to Iranium on Rise with that Death Ray pickup. A huge pick-me-up there. Iranium needed that so badly. And look at this. We even missed a kill. How did that happen? Let me rewind really quick. There's not going to be any action anytime soon. What happened? Keeping an eye on Kale. How did he die? Just trying to see. Somehow Amumu died. I don't know. Kale was standing in that bush the whole time. I have no idea what just happened back there.
Amumu died to golems, but Kale tagged him last.
Oh.
So he wasn't out of combat fast enough.
He died to golems. Whoa.
Well, I think, did he die to the golem? He died near golems. That's what I see right now.
Well, either way, Kale did not get the last hit, man. It was just, she was not even close to him.
Yeah, not even close. How did that even happen? Yeah, Amumu was at golems. Yeah, golems killed him. He died to golems.
Wow, that's a disaster on his part. As Kale did get accredited for that kill. Really, man, that's unfortunate that happened. Although, do note that that Victor actually just picked up his augment death before his double Dorns, which is uncharacteristic. He's been rushing the double Dorns even when he's behind. So Interesting to see him rush this Augment Death, probably for extra farm. Although he does need this blue dearly, because Victor is very mana dependent. If you want to use that Augment Death on the Death Ray for additional farm, it does appear that he is going to pick up this blue. And that's pretty much going to give him a pretty big advantage at the mid lane, given that Ryze did give up first blood in that last team fight. I can't get over that Golem's kill, making me look like a noob missing it out. I mean, Amumu dying to Golems somehow got tagged.
I would never expect that. I was like, okay, fight's over. The calm mode, and then death by Golems. What?
Yeah, I know.
What just happened? You know, that's one of those situations.
There we go with an exhaust here. Corki looking to deal some poke. There goes the depth charge, chasing Taric to the ends of the earth and picking up that kill. A very, very early tower kill from Camera up top. What is that all about? An 11-minute tower. Possibly looking to do some roaming here from the Kayle player. And possibly an uncontested dragon here for ReBoot. ReBoot is not messing around, man. They are 3 kills ahead right now, looking like they're going to secure this dragon kill.
No problem. No, there's no way they can deny this dragon. So they're definitely way ahead right now. No contest. 1 tower, 1 dragon, and 3 kills ahead. Even probably ahead.
Oh, as ult almost stealing that kill. I almost had a nerdgasm right there. That was
me too.
So close there from Slushy. Whew, man. How did he see that? Was that gamer sense?
Yeah, it's gamer sense.
Wow. Really, really strong gamer sense there from Slushy. Almost picking up that dragon steal. But because it failed, that's going to put ReBoot significantly ahead, about 3,000 global gold ahead, winning, I think, almost every lane. Let's take a look. Kayle 61 farm versus Jax 63. However, Kayle does have an assist right now. Actually, she has a kill and an assist, so definitely ahead on global gold. Jax is going to have to play it safe. His tower is down. I don't know why Camera pushed that tower down so early. Do you know? Very interesting. An 11-minute tower.
Gives a little bit more opportunity to roam. Just stay that advantage. Give everyone a little bit of item advantage. Nautilus was a little behind. Now Nautilus is back in the game. Roaming boots and 2 GP5s or 2 wards and potions. He's definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with. Still a bit behind on levels though. I mean, only level 6. After picking on his golems, he should level. And I don't see how he can't level. So right now though, even though ReBoot BME has a huge advantage on gold, Nautilus is still a little bit behind, but he doesn't really need to be ahead right now. He can just force a gank very easily. There comes level 7, no problem. He caught up, and I think there's not going to be a lot going on until maybe another tower dive down bot. It does look like there is a fog of a gank here by Mumu, but however, that ward is going to pick that up, and ReBoot Pneumatics will be very aware of this upcoming gank right here.
Yeah, speaking of ganks, Nautilus is coming down from the mid lane, accompanied by Ryze. Looks like both those players are going to get spotted by ward placements. Looking to make something happen here at the bottom lane. About the time that ReBoot starts doing these coordinated team fights. Here we go, a little bit of an exchange, actually missing with all 3 pumps from that Riptide on Ryze. What the? Using his depth charge and forcing the... was that an accident?
No. He saw. I think he saw Iranium coming, and
well, there's no way that they would. Even if he didn't flash, there's just no way he would have been.
No, he would have got it. No, he would have got it for sure. Iranium. I mean, you think about the range of Death Ray and Death Cloud. I think that would have been a kill. So no, that flash was
possibly followed up by an insane dredge line. I just don't know. That probably, in my opinion, was not the best use of his depth charge. But hey, he's the jungle player. Interesting play there from Patootie. Probably negated by the flash from Alex Pie. Everything's so standard right now. That dragon kill really was almost stolen, but for the most part, ReBoot seems to be in a very dominant lead, playing things very standard and not looking to make any mistakes. Was that... Oh, wow. Iranium stole the big Wraith with his Death Ray with that ward placement. Nice job harassing the jungle right there. Oh man, this
Definitely
is close.
Very well played
I want
so
to take a look at Pneumatic's farm here. It looks like he's got 113 versus S114. These two players pacing so well together. Slushy and Pneumatic, amazing AD players. Down bottom, it does appear that ReBoot Patootie was spotted by the ward, realizing that due to the movement of the bot lane from yellow buff, and going to roam mid possibly and get spotted again. Sonar on Nautilus right now, as we've seen in the past, not able to make anything happen. Looks like Camera on Kayle is just going to be pushing top lane. Wow.
Some consistent push right there. Jax is going to have to behave a little bit better, perform a little bit better in team fights, because it looks like he's completely lost his lane. Kayle has a full advantage right now by farm and by kills. Even though he hasn't died yet, though, I think Jax is just playing a little bit too passive right now. Maybe he needs to go down and help his team a bit, or I don't know, first catch up on farm. There's going to be a push down mid right now, though.
I think the same can be said for the entirety of Yellow Buff, possibly playing too conservative in this match right now, as they were hyper-aggressive last game, and that's really the reason they won. They shut down ReBoot so early in the match, and they weren't able to come back. But now, they've given ReBoot the lane advantage, and it's going to be really tough for them to come back. What's it going to take, man? They're going to have to win the first team fight, and it doesn't appear to be very likely given how well ReBoot is playing right now.
If they take the next dragon and maybe 2 players during that dragon, they can come back right away. Keep in mind, though, Ryze is a very, very powerful AP carry. No questions asked. The problem was, I mean, if you saw how that first blow was given, it was a little bit unfortunate.
Whoa! We're gonna see a bit of a team fight down bottom. Both junglers looking to shroud a gank. However, ReBoot has their Victor in position to engage this. Possibly a dive. Whoa! Amumu unaware of the imminent danger. There's the depth charge on Tara. Gonna land that killing blow. Wow! What a hydro pump that was.
No problem.
There's the Ezreal. Not gonna deal enough damage. Ooh, possibly the Death Cloud. Poor usage right there. Not microing fast enough from Iranium. We just saw Camera get ganked up top to the combined efforts of Jax and Jax and Ryze. Overall, an even exchange, although that's going to put Jax back in a position to catch up in his lane, some free farm time. Kind of a blunder on the part of Iranium. Did you catch that Death Cloud?
Yes, he didn't get a chance to micro it properly. Maybe a little bit of misclick on the mouse, maybe a little bit too concerned with his death rate. But if he positioned that in properly, he might have picked up a kill. No problem.
Yeah, I think the response time from Yellow Buff was spot on. The only reason they were able to secure that is because of the depth charge. Those of you that don't know, Nautilus's ultimate will chase you. I don't care if you're Corki, you have like Flash, Valkyrie, or Ezreal, Arcane Shift Flash. It's just you can't escape it. It will chase you across the map literally. You just can't escape. So that's exactly why that kill was secured on Taric. Even though he flashed under the tower, it didn't matter. He was too low on HP. And that's really what secured the kill. Will we see this chase? Ooh, nice job there from Alex Pye, dodging the dredge line from Patootie. Man, ReBoot is really not making any mistakes, except for the possibly Camera not anticipating that roam gank up top from Ryze. A little bit overconfident, giving up that kill. Gonna be seeing a bit of a dragon attempt here, possibly a full-on team fight from both sides, as all 5 players are in position to take this dragon right now. Although vision advantage definitely given to ReBoot, given that their Janna has this oracles and is slowly picking off these wards right now. Gonna make it a little bit more difficult to get your positioning spot on, and maybe that's why they're pushing out right now. Yellow Buff, that is, forcing ReBoot back just a tad. In this situation, Pureshield, team fight advantage quickly.
Team fight advantage, Amumu right now.
There's the curse hitting 3. Oh, Corki's actually turned around right there, missing total whiff with the Ez ult. Pneumatic gonna be able to blast these guys from behind. Ultimate goes down from Kale on Nautilus. He's invincible. Look at this. Not even a single player. Oh, actually, Nautilus did go down without using his depth charge right there. Possibly a mistake on the part of Patootie, or perhaps they're just confident in their ability to win that team fight. Gonna be able to chase this.
That's gonna be a team ace. That's a team ace.
Yeah.
Wow. Very well played. Superior positioning by ReBoot right there. Totally baited that engagement. No problem.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw Yellow Buff dish out way too much damage on the knot right there. I don't really see how you justify that. That's not the first time we've seen them make that mistake. The first time, obviously, was in the base dive in the first match between these two teams, focusing Nautilus, costing them the team fight. Possibly what just happened back there again, broadening the gap between these two players. Really, Yellow Buff could not afford that loss. They had to have taken Corki out of the equation, and it just didn't happen.
Absolutely. I mean, he was left pretty much free shooting during that.
Yeah,
not much. I mean, he got so many hits in.
He was turned around. He was machine gunning the wrong direction for a second there. I think that was due to CC, but for the most part, he was able to deal way too much damage. And obviously, get this, Nautilus died after the intervention from Kale, so that just goes to show how much damage he was absorbing in that fight. Which really, there's no logical reason to focus on Not, even if he is up front and center. I know he deals lots of cleave, but compared to the Victor and the Corki, it's just there's no way. So possibly the turning point of this match down there for Yellow Buff. However, do not count them out yet. Last game, the one that they secured with a win, they did have a commanding presence all the way through the mid game, and I feel that's the reason they won. At this point, really, ReBoot has to throw the match in order for this to come back. Oh, there's the depth charge on top of Ezreal. Look at this amazing initiate here from Nautilus. Wow. Wow, this time focusing the right target. Uranium gets destroyed. Nautilus may follow suit. The Death Cloud not being microed yet again. Just standing there idle. Corki, amazing kite and fight there on Jax. Don't know if you caught that. Able to survive even through that focus fire. Really dealing the brunt of that damage. And again, too much focus fire on Nautilus. Gonna be able to pick up that Ez kill. Yellow buff forced into defensive position. How's ReBoot going to take advantage of this right now?
They just need to push that inhibitor right now. They have what it takes to at least get this tower. I think that's about it right now, though, because Rise and Mumu are both up. They can probably defend this against 4 people if they play this right. However, if they get out of position, they could easily get picked off. A combination of Kale and Corki will eliminate both of these champions with no problem. It looks like they are going to back off from this and not going to push anymore because the timing of the champions, they do come up in time. Jacking some wolves, taking whatever advantage they can, and pretty much going back, buying items, and securing the advantage.
Yeah, there he goes, turning around. Rise just picking up his Banshee's Veil, gonna give him the survivability that he needs, especially after getting poked down by Corki in that last fight. Really, this is, yeah, it's really one-sided. Unfortunate. We saw such an amazing matchup in the last game, and it has to be attributed to the aggressive playstyle in the early game, which we've seen Yellow Buff play conservative the entire match so far. And it really hasn't worked out for them as they can't contend with the farming capabilities at the mid and top lane. The laning capabilities of ReBoot really can't be matched in this tournament, I feel. I don't know about you, but yeah, they definitely mix it up in the last game. And it looks as though ReBoot is going to be able to seal the deal. I can't envision them losing this match right now. However, anything could happen. It really just comes down to the first Baron fight at this point. The only way Yellow Buff is going to come back is if they make an amazing counterattack and secure all that global gold from a 1-team fight and a Baron kill. Hey?
Yeah. I'm just looking at the position of the wars right now, though. Like, map control completely in favor of ReBoot Gaming. If you look at the map right now, they pretty much have like, almost omniscient vision right now at the right positions. So pretty much counting the second tower, and then they pretty much have perfect vision of exactly what's going to go on. Whereas if you look at Yellow Buff right now, completely the opposite. They're forced to play defensively behind their towers, and this is going to cost them. They only have a ward at Baron, which might actually be knocked out very soon. Janna roaming the area, just picking up whatever wards are left, eliminating whatever vision they have. Because of another depth charge, though. That initiative
depth charge with the Sorilize, an amazing dredge line on Jax. Does appear they're going to turn and fight this. This could be the last fight of the match. Whoa! What happened to Iranian right there, getting focused down by a Dazzle from
my goodness! No! Spectacular play from Yellow Buff right there.
Turning this around, Corki gets demolished. Jax.
That's going to be a Baron too, I think. They haven't what it takes to do this Baron right now. Are they going to do it after they get this blue? They should do this Baron. They're going to do this Baron. No contest.
How did ReBoot lose that? Jumper. How did they lose that fight? I was like
exactly how positioning. That was the key. That was the X factor right there. The positioning. Is Janna going to be making the steal though? It'd be pretty interesting to see a Janna Zephyr steal. That'd be quite interesting. But I don't think he'll be able to make it.
No damage from Dumo. He's going to try anyways.
Yeah. There we go.
I think, I mean, not to toot my own horn here, but that was an initiate in a bottleneck from ReBoot in the middle of the jungle, and as we said earlier, this AoE-oriented comp from Yellow Buff proving to be victorious in that exchange. Going to bring them right back into this fight. Totally unexpected. I was about ready to say that was going to seal the deal for Yellow Buff, but I need to shut my mouth and just watch this game because that was one hell of a turnaround, man.
Yes, absolutely. And Amumu being passive all game finally did a very, very potent initiate in that position, allowing Rise to free cast, allowing Jack to rack havoc during the back lines, and allowing Ezreal to get as much damage as humanly possible. I mean, Ezreal, huge pick me up for Ezreal in that one. Still a little bit behind Corki though, but he has his Triforce right now, and he's going to do some damage if he gets a few good flash blocks as well. Having that Baron advantage though means they can play a little bit more offensive.
They do. They need to make it happen now. The Baron buff could possibly turn the tide of the next team fight, and they have to use it to their advantage because it's not likely that ReBoot is going to make another mistake like that, and they still do have a significant lead. I would like to see Yellow Buff. I mean, they were given a chance from the heavens right now. They have to use it, man. They have to use this Baron buff to their advantage.
Tarek needs an Oracle.
It does appear Dragon spawning right now. ReBoot totally aware, and also Yellow buff just caught sight of that before Janna was able to take out their ward. They need to mobilize now. They need to move in this position for the Dragon. Jax needs to get his tush downstairs. Don't you agree? We need to see we need to see a Dragon attempt right now from Yellow buff if they want to close the gap in terms of global gold. They're losing on vision. They have to make this happen. Yet again, Janna's going to snipe out another ward, pulling the Dragon just to keep Amumu from bandage tossing over the wall there. An early pull. No, they're going to give up this kill. They can't stop it now. It's too late. Too much damage.
They can't do this. They had to deny that Dragon right there. They should force a fight. Believe it or not, even though they have Adam disadvantage, that Baron buff is huge. I mean, the Baron gives so much to your entire team. Health regen. You pretty much have everything, every stat in the game. I mean, Ezreal benefits from both the ability power and the damage aspect of it. So just keep that in mind, though. Like, if you have Baron buff, try and engage a fight, no matter how behind you really are. Well, unless you're 13-0. But in that situation, though, they're still keeping up. They have the items, they have what it takes. They need to find that good fight, and Dragon was effective right there. So finally, right now they need to push. They either need to push or clear their own jungle of wards, get back that mind control, get a few towers, and they'll be back in this game with no problem.
Finally, a response from Push Me Over to Janna. Dumo rocking that Oracle's taking out so many wards all late game long. Finally, Tarek is going to pick up an Oracle's of his own, no doubt due to the global gold granted from that last exchange. Able to afford it now. And he's going to gradually be taking out these wards. How much time do we have left on Baron? About a quarter left. Oh, man, I would hate to see this buff go to waste. They do have, I would say, an advantage if they engage in the jungle right now. But if they lose this Baron buff, oh, they're losing quite a bit of that advantage. It's just like they're playing so conservative right now, man. Too conservative.
This is not characteristic of Yellow buff. They're known for a little bit of aggression in the previous games. I think it's just the comfort zone they have right now. They don't want to lose this. This is a game that decides all there being 2 weekends of qualifying and playing. This is where they're going to count. The winner's going to walk away with a lot of money and also Rise skins. I think Alex Pye will want a skin right now. I mean, look at Alex Pye right there.
Yeah, he
Not
does.
Using the crown from Rise skin, he plays Rise. I mean, that Rise skin will be so much. It will be so good. It looks so good on him. So they don't want to lose anything. They're being overly careful. I think this is also because of the fact that they're not as experienced as ReBoot. Maybe not. ReBoot has been playing together for about 2 years now, almost. Keep that in mind. They played together for so long, and they're just so experienced in that aspect.
ReBoot coming out strong. They know that the Baron buff is now expired. A big mistake on the part of Yellow buff. They want to go right down the goal. However, engaging in the jungle would not be the best idea given the AoE capabilities of Yellow buff. If I were them, I would stick to the lane, stick to my open spaces, because they just lost in a huge upset the last team fight due to the fact that they engaged in a bottleneck. But look at that. Ezreal just wasted his ultimate on the bot farm. How could he not see?
That's a red flag right
How could he not anticipate this fight right now? Just pissing his ultimate on the bot lane. Slushy, such a high-rated player, the highest-rated player in this matchup, apparently not saving it for this next team fight. I'm not really sure what that's all about. It does appear that some sort of an initiate will be imminent. It is up on Patootie right now. It is in their best interest to use it. I don't know if they caught sight of that Ezreal ult, actually. But Patootie needs to make something happen now. This is a bit of a bottleneck, however. Their AoE capabilities are cut down a bit. Victor grabs that steal on the blue with his death ray. I think he did.
No, Ezreal got it. Ezreal got the fresh blue right now. Ezreal got it.
Oh, my mistake. Yeah,
very close. Very close, though. I mean, that would have been a pretty good play if you just robbed it right there.
Yeah, big play, actually. Ezreal very dependent on that blue buff if he wants to be spamming Mystic shots and Essence Flux all over the place. Also, the CDR for the Arcane Shift, huge. ReBoot possibly turning the tables and playing a little bit too conservative themselves. This would be a good place for them to fight. However, it does appear they want to continue taking out wards and just CJ deny as much farm as possible. What do you think? Should they be fighting right now or what?
They should wait for a pick. Both teams should wait for a pick of some sort. ReBoot definitely has the map advantage due to the tower advantages, but then again, though, I think if they get caught in the bottom like where they are
ReBoot
right now,
pulling back,
they might lose that fight. I think they're going back just to buy,
taking a trip.
Sure everyone stays together, and they're going to be ready for that next Baron.
Going to be cleaning up some of these Doran's blades, most likely. There from Corki and Kale. A Quicksilver Sash goes down for Corki. We also have a lot of items being bought for Jana, who, by the way, is 0-11. Excellent support score. Take a look at Victor's farm. Double Dorans, Deathcap, Quicksilver Sash. This is an all-in offense build with the exception of that QSS. That's actually the build he's stuck with for the 3 matches he's played, Victor. Wow. A serious force to be reckoned with right now. They allowed Iranium to catch up. And I don't know. I have to say, Yellow Buff is just playing too conservative, man. They should have taken advantage of that Baron buff. And now it's really a toss-up, and they're probably at a disadvantage going into this fight. ReBoot is they just refreshed themselves, revitalized, ready to go. Maximum builds. Oh boy, they would be well advised to start a fight right now. Possibly going to wait for a Baron spawn.
I want to point out a difference in not only just by Infinity Edge, but Ezreal has his last whispers. Corki does not. So Ezreal is actually very good attacking the front line. You know, there's no problem with attacking front line. Here comes.
Okay, this looks to be it, man. Here goes, missing the bandage toss for the initiate, flashing in for a curse. Only on Nautilus though. There's the assault. All the AoE's going down. Looks like Pneumatic in the back. Pneumatic in the back is wreaking havoc. There's a death cloud. Everybody's standing in the death cloud. This is so bad. So much damage goes down from ReBoot. Oh, Pneumatic is at full HP. This is so done for Yellow Buff. Kill it. Look at this triple kill coming from Pneumatic. But look, the turnaround for Ez. Does he have the burst deal with this? No.
No, he does not. That was very well played by Pneumatic right there. Well deserving of your enthusiasm. I mean, he was just positioned flawlessly. That Amumu ult missed their entire team. Only got Nautilus.
Got not, man.
Complete advantage there for ReBoot Gaming because of that. I mean, the positioning initially was in favor of Yellow Buff. They saw the opportunity. They wanted to engage. They wanted to go flash and ult because that was a good bottleneck for them to use their AoE comp. But however, everyone moved right as he ulted, and he only got Nautilus. That was the key factor there for that fight, and that's what caused
that
Buff,
could
that
be
fight
the game-winning fight right there for ReBoot. It will take a miracle and then some for ReBoot, or for Yellow Buff to come back from this. ReBoot, no doubt, licking their lips right now. We got this in the bag. It's just gonna take one more push. They're on their knees are weak right now. They're on the back of their feet. They're ready to be pushed over. This is not acceptable. The Yellow Buff just, I mean, they had a disadvantage going into that, but come on, the curse could have been done so much better. I mean, if they didn't ban Maokai, I'm telling you, if they didn't ban Maokai, follow me on Twitter. I mean, this would be a different game right now. The best Maokai jungle I've ever seen.
Be ReBoot in the backside. I mean, that was just not the best move play right there. Missing that ult on so many people. I have to emphasize that over and over again. That might. I hated Pin on follow me on Twitter. He's been doing such spectacular.
Oh, I know.
In tournament.
I don't want to say it either.
Yeah. But that was like the key factor right there for ReBoot winning that fight. They do have 2 QSSs though, so even if they do land that, it's still going to be quite a bit of a fight. But still, look how synergetic their items are. Shirai's and Iron Solari. So their team fight capabilities are great. They also have a Aegis of Legion right there. Basically, all they lack is maybe an Abyssal Scepter, and their team is like good to go.
All right, let's take a look at Vision right now. This could be, well, I don't want to. I'm just going to stop talking because both teams playing so conservative right now. Understandably so, because this is the last match of our community tournament. Whoever wins this takes the cake. But it seems as though ReBoot does want to force a fight right now at Baron. There will be a response from Yellow Buff right now. We have to see the AoE comp.
Vision, look at the vision right now. They don't see this.
Yeah.
But, no,
Yellow Buff is in the dark. This could spell disaster. No. And when we just caught sight of not. Here we go. Shirai's looking to land that dredge line possibly on Jax right now. He doesn't have much of a choice. Wants to hit it on Ez. Ez forcing that arcane flash, or excuse me, arcane shift. And wow, forcing them back right there. Yeah. They don't want to fight that one.
So Yellow Buff is going to be at disadvantage. There's going to be a fight very soon on Baron, which is going to happen. There's no way they're going to let us Baron live for too long. Here comes maybe an engagement on Baron, maybe a counter engagement.
Dumo's doing a fantastic job of keeping the Vision out of the picture for Yellow Buff, spending a lot of money on wards for both teams at this point. But look at this, Kayle leading the charge now. Does she have elixirs active? She does have an elixir of agility active right now. Oh man, this is going to be a full-on 5v5. This is so amazing. I'm so pumped. Here we go, Nautilus. He wants to land this dredge line, possibly on target. Tarek. Oh, and he just misses it. Hits the minion instead. Wants to initiate so badly, but defensive play from Yellow Buff across the charts right now. They so want to wait for the prime opportunity. And, oh man, after throwing that initiate from Amumu in the last fight, he's got to make it happen this time. He has to have a proper initiate. We have to have them bunched up. Ez ulted, and Rise needs to cleave the heck out of them right now. Possibly even an AoE stun there from Jax. Well timed, could turn this fight. Here we go! There's a Rise, the depth charge goes down on Ez, keeping him out of the fight. There's the Curse of Sad Mummy. Mumu gets focused down to Ez ult, hits all 4 players. The Death Cloud though, wreaking havoc.
That's GG, it's over. It's really over.
Oh man, this is
over this
don't
time.
speak too soon. Jax is gonna get finally focused down. Our Quadra. Whoa, whoa. Oh, almost the Penta back there. Oh man, Jax got taken out. I was about to have a nerdgasm right there. Oh man.
That was over.
Wow.
That might have been it. I think that's the game. That's the
Oh,
game right there.
oh, they can't stop this push.
Match.
Corki just too strong a positioning, man. Too strong.
GG has been called by Slushi. Our tournament is over. ReBoot takes it for the 3rd time. Oh my goodness.
The best matchup for ReBoot yet. Yellow Buff has done a fantastic job in this tournament. Massive shoutouts to their team. Unfortunately, we had that Maokai ban. A huge plays from everybody in this match. And that was such a nail biter. A pleasure to watch and cast. I know you put on a show for the friends and viewers. Good game, guys.
That was great. Good game, guys.